everybody and welcome back to this book nook. I've got another vlog for you. It's the first Saturday of the school holidays. My big reading goal at the moment is to catch up to my Goodreads goal. I'm 11 books behind at the moment, but today I'm gonna have to carve out some reading time because I just got up. My hair is in some cute little buns because we are going with a friend to pick up his new adopted puppy. So you might see a few puppa clips. I obviously don't want to share too much because it's not me. And then I've got netball, Titus has football. We still don't know if we're both going to go watch each other's games because the weather is absolutely atrocious. Typically though, I just picked up my phone and like the wind has stopped. It's been absolutely torrential recently. So I don't know, sports might even be cancelled. But we'll see how it goes. I'll take you along for the ride and we'll just see how long this vlog lasts. Yeah. Alright, I'm actually back from picking up Doggo. I didn't get any footage because she sat on me the whole car ride and she was so cute and soft and cuddly and she smelled so good and I really am a dog person. I really want a dog one day, but they're just, when you're renting, you're not really allowed one, and then like we're planning on moving, so it's, you know, another hassle to move a dog with you, especially if you're then going to rent overseas. It completely narrows down your renting options. But one day there will be a puppa in this household. We're just reheating some food. We're getting ready for our sports afternoons. I now have an hour before I need to get ready and head off to warm up. So I'm going to use that hour to go and spin the wheel, figure out what book I am reading. Just smack my butt. Go spin the wheel, figure out what I'm reading next, eat some lunch. And yeah, honestly, hang on, let me show you the weather. It's not raining now, but like you can see how drenched it is. The courts are going to be so slippery. I'm just going to magnetize you to the desk for a moment. And we're going to just scooch up together in this little corner. And I'm going to replace the gap with thrifted, which does not work for any of my library books, but if that doesn't work, I'll just do one with orange or like the number 12. Anyway, try to keep it level. It would. Okay, hang on. Let me see what book is number 12 and what ones I have which have orange on the cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if I don't count that red one, then it's here. But ones with orange, we've got A Tyranny of Petticoats, Clara and the Sun, Chlorine Sky, When We Were Magic. That one has orange, but it's not the most orange. That one's kind of orange. So wait, does this have orange? That's kind of orange. Kind of orange. So we have 5. Wait, I just realised I can stick you on this one. The lighting just isn't as clear. So let's get rid of thrifted and then replace it with unfamiliar, so unfamiliar author. Alright, we're going to balance it. We're going to spin again to see which of these 5 is the next read. Okay, it says first book on Instagram. Obviously none of these are necessarily going to be ones I see on Instagram. However, this one was an Instagram pickup, and I think the rest of them aren't as much. So I'm going to read Clara and the Sun next. Okay. And I picked out a bookmark that has like orange tassel, so it matches that whole theme. Alrighty. I've got a little bit of chocolate. This is my current favourite chocolate at the moment. It's like the old gold, which, okay, this is going to sound horrible. I always just associated the word old with the older, wiser generations, so I never picked it up. But this is good caramel chocolate. It's like dark chocolate and the caramel isn't too sweet. It's nice. But I've only got about 40 minutes, so I'm going to see how much I read and then I need to get ready for netball. Alright, I have to say, I'm up to page 30 and I'm quite pleasantly surprised with how much I'm really enjoying this. So basically, we're following artificial friends. Our main character is Clara, and the artificial friends, just think of them as robots who are meant to be friends for people, specifically children as the like target audience. And it's kind of looking at humanity through what artificial intelligence would look like, and the way it's written and the pace of it and the descriptions of things is really interesting. I have no idea what the most recent thing is meant to be. It's described as like a thing on the side of the street with 3 chimneys that pollute, like create pollution through smoke, and it was only there for like 4 days. I have no idea what that's meant to be. All I could think of it being was like a little pop-up food stand, but I don't know. I can't figure it out. I might Google it later. But yeah, I am actually quite pleasantly surprised with how this is going so far. Oh, alrighty, I'm back from netball. It wasn't a hard game in terms of fitness, but it was a very pushy physical game, which is honestly totally fine by me. It's meant to be no contact, but I enjoy being a bit pushier, especially in the defensive end. I play goalkeep goalie, and me and like the buddy, we swap each quarter kind of to give one of us a break. I did get tripped over accidentally, but I absolutely smashed against the court right into a puddle. So there's one side of me which is so damp and wet, but I'll just go shower, get myself warm. We lost. I'm like, what else do I need to tell you? We lost, but it's okay. But honestly, just a social game, doing it for fun. And I really enjoyed myself. It wasn't actually as cold as I thought it was going to be. It held off raining for the most part, which was good. But yeah, I'm going to skip Titus's game. He's already gone to footy. Just the time would have been a bit rushed, and we both agreed we want to spend the minimum amount of time out in case, you don't want to get sick. I'm a bit phlegmy, but I don't think I'm sick. But anyway, let me go home and have a hot shower. Wait, still filming. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like an outline there and there of my wet bum. I'm starting to dry off. I don't think you can see. I've had a shower. I really should have just I really should have just washed my hair, but I literally just stood in there for 10 minutes and defrosted. You know when you're so cold but you don't quite realise you're cold, and then you hop in the hot shower and it like you feel the tingles in your legs. At least that's where I was feeling it. That's what happened. I'll wash my hair tonight. Right now I just wanted to defrost, and I'm actually already really thinking about Clara and the sun, so I'm going to keep reading this. I have my snacks ready. This book is how long actually? Almost 300 pages, and I'm up to page like 30 I think, so I'm going to sit here for a wee while and read, and then we'll see what happens from there. It's the holidays and I've got no plans for the rest of the day. I might make some caramel apples though. Titus is out there playing in this. Ooh. Hopefully it's not so bad. He is in Ashurst, which is like a 20-minute drive away. You can see the like rain moving on the tarmac. Can you see it? Like, I really want snacks, but I don't know if coming out in this like torrential rain was the smartest idea. Shall we wait for it to chill out a bit? Yep. Okay. Honestly, that sounds like hail. I'm just so blessed to have a man who doesn't mind being in the kitchen.
What man does?
Oh, you don't mind it. Look at you making a apple crumble out of choice. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying really hard not to go to sleep. Ugh. Oh my god, I'm an absolute mess. I've been editing the most recent vlog 79, and I've been doing this, and you can tell. So if you can hear what sounds like an aeroplane taking off, it's that. But reading update. So there are 6 parts to this book, and I just got up to part 4 on page 180, and things are getting interesting. I really like how our main character, the AI, is starting to make her own decisions, go on her own quests. There's this whole analogy, extended metaphor of the sun being God because they're solar panelled, so solar charged AI robots, and they've never necessarily been told that that's what powers them. To them, just whenever they go into the light, they just feel stronger and better, so like light is God to them. But anyway, so like I'm enjoying that. But the reason I particularly wanted to pick up this camera is because there is one thing that I want to critique, and that is the fact that there is a housekeeper in this novel, and just the way the housekeeper's dialogue is worded makes it obvious that English isn't her first language. And I don't want to censor myself, but I also want to make sure I word things so it's like not taken the wrong way. I'll just read out word for word what it says. This is like a line of dialogue from the housekeeper. Ma'am, take Josie City Thursday. I say I want to go with them. Ma'am reply no. I say yes. Ma'am still say no. She say no because she see damn well I onto something. She say she want to take AF instead. So you listen, you keep damn good eye, Miss Josie in City. Hear me. I mean, she's made to sound like an immigrant, right? And I don't know. I know the reality is that there are plenty of immigrants working as housekeepers, but it just doesn't sit right with me. Like, I don't know if it's one of those things where you're just taking offense because you're so hyper aware of stereotypes, or if it is like just another way of getting some representation in there, but it's just done in a way that I feel like is distasteful. But again, like I say, I don't know if that's just someone being like me, being just hyper aware of the insinuations and stereotypes that could be harmful that are portrayed in novels, especially as someone who, like, I don't have a huge following, so I'm not like influential to a huge degree, but I still just want to be careful about, you know, the stuff I'm putting up on the internet, because it could be one person, it could be 10 million people, you know, it's still a message that I'm putting out on the internet. So I don't want to censor myself, but I also like don't want to not think through what I'm saying. But hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say and have hopefully explained. But I'm going to keep reading because this video is still exporting, but I am getting tired, so I might head to bed soon. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, team. I don't know why it always takes me so long to get around to washing my hair. It literally just is a wash, and then it takes me 4.5 minutes apparently to dry it. I don't know why. I mean, I do. I'm lazy. But anyway, I finished Clara and the Sun this morning, and I have to say I bloomin' loved it. Definitely a 5 out of 5 stars. I really want to teach it to my kids one day, if that's possible, my students, because it's got... Wait, what? Our spatula just broke? Show the people of the vlog the magic trick that it came about. Wait, so does it go back together?
Yeah.
Ty's over there making pancakes and hot chocolate for breakfast like the great man he is. But yeah, I really love this book. Easy 5 out of 5 stars. It is the winner of a Nobel Prize in literature, so I mean, at least now I know that the Nobel Prize winners is actually, so far from the one book I've read from the list, a good list. We often laugh about is it New York Times bestsellers list? Because it seems like every single book is on that list, so it kind of doesn't mean anything to me anymore. But this book, brilliant story about AI, humanity, extended metaphors, riddled throughout. The imagery is brilliantly done in how... Ooh, pancakes! In how it's from the AI's POV, so Clara doesn't always understand necessarily what things are in the human world, so the way she describes them, it's really interesting as a reader because you know what's being talked about without it being explicitly said. I really delved into the conspiracy theories. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to spoil anything about the novel. I definitely think it's good going in just knowing that we have an artificial person, like an artificial friend, whose job it is to like be a companion for children. And that's kind of all you need to know. It really unfolds, I should say, from there. It's really, really good. I highly recommend if you like novels which question the morally grey and question what you think is normal. And yeah, like I was saying before I interrupted myself, I really delved into the conspiracy theories. Don't know if conspiracy is the word, but you know, like the theories around the novel, because and I can't say too much because it will really give away some of the revelations, but there's theories that go along with it because nothing is explicitly told. You can kind of read between the lines and come to multiple conclusions, so I got really deep diving into that, which was fascinating. And after doing that, I really stopped and being like, maybe what I thought happened didn't happen. Maybe like all of these clues do point towards this alternate conclusion. So really, really good book. Highly recommend. Easy to read, and like I say, it's so good. I honestly reckon it'd be interesting to do with some senior students one day if I ever had the chance. Pancake looks so perfect. Look at that. Oh, thank you, baby. Hey babe, would you like a little bit of caramel apple? Welcome, baby. Oh, really sorry that you guys are on the floor, but it's an angle that works for us right now. It is currently like 2 p.m. I think, and I have spent, well, to be honest, we slept in. You saw us having breakfast. I'm trying to think, where do I catch you up to? I spent maybe a couple of hours editing the vlog, the most recent vlog, vlog 79, the really fun one with the unhaul, the bookshelf rearrange, and the library haul. And then I went down a rabbit hole of finding cool green screen effects to try and upgrade the vlog editing. But now I'm ready to get off the screen for a little bit and read a book. So we've got The Blank from Clara and the Sun Yesterday, which is being replaced with Contemporary. Okay, let's spin. Ooh, okay, a mystery. Alright, the only mystery I have with the little symbol there is the 3 to Get Deadly, the next one in the Janet Ivanovich series. So we'll just start this. Okay, I've got my caramel apple all ready to go. Let's go. We have Glow Up Season 2 on the TV. It's honestly not that great, but addictive to critique and make fun of. And then for dinner we have some fried rice with barbecue pork. Alrighty, so now we have dessert, which is apple crumble with a side of custard, or the other way around. I love hot custard and apple crumble. Oh, it's so good. But I realised I haven't actually done a reading update. I have been making brilliant progress. I am now at a page 124, so I'm decently past that 100-page mark. Page 212. Honestly, I am absolutely rocketing through this book. This is what I've got. That's what I've read, and the other side is what I've got left. Only like 100 pages, less than even. I just always enjoy these kind of books, although I will say, as much as I'm enjoying this, I definitely think having a longer break between books in these kind of series definitely benefits all of it. This one in particular has me laughing. I think I've just realised how outlandish some of the things are, and instead of, taking them as serious, because it's not like serious literature, you can kind of laugh about it. For example, they were moving a dead body they had found, and the legs were sticking out the trunk, and they put a flag on the feet because it's illegal to have things like poking out the boot when it was a dead body. Just little things like that have me laughing. But that's just a little reading update. I'm probably going to sit here and keep reading, to be honest, because I don't have anything else to do. Just checking in to say that there was a bulimia joke. Extremely distasteful. Not great. So just a heads up. Don't know how I feel about this. What's your guys' opinion? If there's like something bad, like quite distasteful, quite it's the word I'm looking for. Not ignorant. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Hang on. Insensitive and harmful. Does that mean we should stop reading the book? Because I hate to admit it, they're entertaining books. I finished the book, and I can't tell if I'm tired or like ready to go to the gym and work out. Probably the bag of chocolate sultanas I ate. Could I sleep? Or could I go work out? Could I sleep? I think I'm closer to sleep than I am the working out side of things. But yes, I finished this book. Okay, I think I've come to a conclusion with my whole moral dilemma. This is a relatively old book. It was born in 97. So it is 25 years old. It's basically the same age as I am. And I think that if this was a modern novel, I would have a much higher anger towards the bulimic joke and the issues with it. However, even though 97 isn't ages away, society has significantly grown from that point in history, and especially when it comes to acceptance of different body types and raising awareness of mental health issues and stuff like that, including physical I need to do some research on bulimia. Is it considered a mental health issue or a physical thing? I need to do some research on that, actually. I lost my train of thought. In the past 25 years, there's been a lot of growth around acceptance of, plus-sized women are considered beautiful, as they damn well should be, and all of that stuff. So this is just a very long-winded way of me kind of trying to say that although it's not okay, I feel like it is somewhat excusable. Not acceptable, excusable. That's the difference. So whilst I am going to say it, I still enjoyed this book. It made me laugh. There's definitely points which also made my lips curl a little bit. So just be aware, if you are going to pick up this series, that there are modernly distasteful elements to it, but only, I will say, only in small amounts. Fun little plot twist activity. My brother just messaged me asking me if I had June. For context, my brother reads, but he's not like a reader. He wouldn't consider reading one of his hobbies. So I was like, what the hell? Of course I have a copy of June, brother. Do you want to borrow it? And a bit more context on my little brother. He's a dog handler in the army and he often goes away on really long courses, and he reached out basically saying he needs stuff to do. And that's him messaging me just now. And so he wanted to borrow this, and I just have gone full nerd and I asked him, yo, how many books would you take away with you? And he said 3 to 5. And I told him, all right, I'm going to make you your own little 5-book TBR pouch takeaway on course from the selection I have. The thing is, I have no idea what kind of taste in books he has. So I'm literally just going based off how well I know my brother. I did just ask him then if he's read any Stephen King, and he said no. So I'm probably going to give him a King because I think he might like that. So we obviously have Dune. Keep that sitting there. I already know another book I think he'll like, and that is Ender's Game. I know the author's problematic, but I think it's a book my brother will like. He's in the military, and this is all about like science fiction war fights. So I feel like this is also him. He's also just told me science fiction and historical books for his genres, but he doesn't really know. So I feel like that's fitting in well there. Do you reckon he'd like The Godfather? Yeah, I know you've read it. That's what makes me think, okay, it's going on the pile for now. I was thinking of giving him a King, but I actually don't think any of the ones I've read he'll be into. He did want a big book. He asked for Dune. I could give him Under the Dome. I think it might be too big, babe. Yeah. My copy is over 1,100 pages. It's like Bible paper. Oh, he said historical. I know what one he might like. Yeah, it is this one, The Searchers. I actually haven't read this yet. And it's an ARC, so I actually feel a bit bad giving it to him to read before I get to it. But it's basically like a collection of stories of figures from around World War II, I think. World War One. It's stories that reveal the remarkable lengths to which people will go to give meaning to their loss. We've got Rudyard Kipling's quest for his son's grave, and all of these other things. The campaign to establish the Tomb of the Unknown Warrior. This is definitely his kind of vibe. I've also got The Radio Operator, but yeah, actually, I reckon he could enjoy The Radio Operator. Again, another ARC that was sent to me that I feel a bit bad I haven't read yet. But this one is World War II, and this follows Joseph Klein, a German immigrant trying to gain a foothold in America. And he gets caught between America and Germany because his loyalties, kind of go across both. But when his radio expertise puts him on the radar of German intelligence, I don't know, it all sounds quite interesting. And I'll give him a bookmark. I'll give him this little one. Okay, so I'll report back on if he ever reads any and if he likes them or not. But to conclude, we have Dune, the one he personally asked for, and going with the sci-fi vibe, Ender's Game. We've then got The Godfather, which Titus liked, so that's almost like a Titus and me recommendation. And then these 2 historical novels. I'm not going to lie, I kind of asked for this one because I thought my mum would really love it. She's really into like history, so I kind of requested it. I'm not going to lie, thinking I would read it and then do my photo stuff and then give it to her as a present. But that's okay. Reese can read it first, then I can read it. Or maybe I can just be real cheeky and make my review Reese's review. But anyway, that's a fun little TBR for my little brother. Okay, that was actually really fun. Oh, good morning everyone. I am just in the middle of getting dressed, about to put some eyeliner on, and thought we could have like a cool little conversation whilst I do my face. Up on the screen I'm going to pop up a comment I received, and I just want to talk about it because it's a really good conversation starter. First of all, thank you very much to Lady Catharsis for sharing this comment, and this one in particular is about the book for agreements. And I just really love this idea that she's so eloquently put together, saying that just because you don't like an author or you don't like a book or it is slightly problematic, let me quote, doesn't mean you have to change your relationship with the book if the contents helped you. And like, yeah, I just think she's put into words my thoughts almost exactly. I would also add in though, for like me with the book, if the contents helped you or you enjoyed it, because in terms of like fictional novels, there's enjoyment in there as well. This was a non-fictional novel, which was more like a self-help book. That's the context of it. Eyeliner is decently even. I want to pop a colour. Peppered. And the way that Lady Catharsis, cool username, has worded the response to my response as well, she just puts it so perfectly. I don't want to diminish or tarnish those experiences for people who needed the book at the right time in their lives. Again, this in context is a self-helpy book, but I think it can really just be talked about for so many novels. Maybe you just really needed a pick-me-up novel for that moment, and sure, there were elements of it that weren't great, but it did a good thing for you personally. Just because the author might have something problematic about them doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to enjoy their book. And this is a great segue into the next comment that I want to talk about. Hopefully people don't mind me sharing these. They are like public comments on my YouTube, so God, I really need to pluck my brows. And this is from Bradlad56. Is your name Bradley? I just know a Bradley who's goes by Bradlad sometimes. And this, for context, was on a really old video of mine where I talked about my reading journal and how it's a reading journey, and how it's a predominantly white reading journey. I'll put a card up if you haven't seen it and are interested. It is a wee bit old, but still, like, my reading journey. I want more colour. I want more colour. For some reason, I want a little dot. A bit out there for me, but I'm digging it. Anyway, Bradlad's comment. His main point, I feel, is saying that you don't need for there to be representation in a novel for it to be considered a good novel. And if there isn't ethnic representation or sexual, I don't actually think we... Oh no, he specifically talks about ethnic groups. So I feel like his... lighting is from my from my laptop. Yeah, so Bradlad is specifically talking about how he doesn't think that there's anything wrong with no representation of another ethnic group in a story. He does recognise that there are many stories out there, but we don't need to be in all of them, especially if it doesn't fit with the setting, especially with this being historical fiction, having the time period. And I totally understand and agree with the time period thing. And he goes on to say that the whole representation push, in his opinion, is causing some more division amongst people than it is bringing them together. And it does remind me of a lecture I once sat in on, and it was talking about how there are more similarities between every ethnic group in the world, like between all the ethnic groups in the world, than there are between us and like the next closest mammal. So it's this idea that we're all closer to each other than we are any other animal on the planet. So we shouldn't be looking for differences, we should be looking for similarities. And I just like how he's concluded his second comment there, saying if they, I'm assuming they here, I'm reading this as like readers, that if readers keep fighting over basically who has more skin in the game, then there's going to be resentment coming from all sides and nothing is ever going to get worked out. And I think this is an important point. I think it's important to recognise that there should be representation where it's relevant, and maybe that then brings to the question of it should be hugely relevant in a lot of modern novels. So we should be making sure that for novels set in today's climate and novels that are representing today's world, that we make sure we have representation, both racially, ethnically, but also sexually. We should definitely have representation. But it does need to be done in a way that feels genuine and not tokenistic. And I think that's where some boundaries can get blurred. I've personally read novels where there's just been what's felt like a token bisexual person and stuff like that. And coming from a cis, hetero, English/white woman, I do find it really hard to talk about these things sometimes, because being white, automatically being accepted into things, not being looked at sideways or doubted when we go into a job. I have colleagues, I have friends who, because they're Māori or have not white skin, their qualifications get double guessed. Like when they say, oh yeah, I have a PhD, higher superiors, not necessarily from my school, by the way. I'm not throwing my school under the bus. My school's pretty good. But where they double take and they're like, why? What? You have a PhD? Whereas if I said that because I'm a white woman, there would never be any doubt. I feel like I've gone down a rabbit hole, but it's just what I find so hard about talking about novels sometimes. Just like the Stephanie Plum one. Hopefully I've articulated myself well enough in that we need to, in the book sense, be able to let ourselves enjoy things, because if we get overcritical and if we critique things too much, then we're just going to lose enjoyment of novels. We're going to take away the options of what books we can be reading, and it will just literally be an unenjoyable experience. The difference for me, and I think I've said this before, is when it's modern released books, if there's issues, like if that bulimia joke was in a book that had been released this year, I would be so much harder on it than I am on a book that was published in 97. And that's just my take on it, and like problematic authors, if they're problematic from the past, a lot of the time, I'm just going to say it, I'm trying so hard not to censor myself, a lot of the time they are representations of majority groups of people. Does that make that majority group's view okay? Of course not. That's why slavery isn't still a thing. Hopefully racism is slowly on the decrease, but unfortunately not. And feminism and everything that's happening in the world right now, oh my god, that's a whole different conversation. Literature often represents a period in time. I feel like I'm going to stop there. I feel like I've said everything I want to say. It's time to go spin the wheel for today's book. I finished my outfit by putting on Lego earrings and a butterfly necklace. I have hair clips in my hair and a love hat on my finger. 3-year-old me dressed 25-year-old me today, and I'm here for it. Let me pop you down. Alright, Janet Ivanovich can go back up on the shelf. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Alright, Mystery down here is getting replaced with Gifted. Again, if none of these prompts work, I'll just go on either the number or the colour. Ideally, I'd get a short book today so I can finish it, and we could have read 3 books, I think, in this vlog. Let me do this so the glare's not so bad. Okay, let's go. Trying so hard to keep it level. Ooh, sequel. I honestly think the only sequel I have up here, let me check. Oh no, I've got 2. Oh, okay, no, I lie, I've got 3. No, wait, I've got 4. I really thought there was 1, and then I realised I had 4. Okay, we've got The Bride's Test, which is the first one I remembered. Then we have Obsidio, which I'm just not in the mood for this one, so that one's going. I then have Hollow City Book 2, which again, I'm just not in the mood for. But then I have this one from the Invisible Library series, which I love. Now the question is, which of these? Baby, I need your help. Hang on, I'm trying to grab the books. Which book should I read? That one. We have a decision made. Please ignore all the laundry you just saw on the floor. We're getting to it. Okay, this book. I have previously... Oh, my hair's already getting messy. Those clips are not very strong. Anyway, I have previously finished an Invisible Library book in one day before. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself, but I'm just saying I have previously. Right now I do want to keep editing. Last night I stayed, oh, my laptop's in my room. Last night I stayed up quite late because I decided at 11 p.m. to rework my intro, so I really hope you enjoy it. I had the idea of, I realised that videos kind of have chapters, so it'd be cool. Wait, where's my laptop gone? For the room. So it'd be cool if there was like a contents list to the video. So that's what I have based it off of. Here it is. And like when I'm in the middle of creative projects like this, I cannot stop until I'm happy with it. So that's what I am going to do. I'm sorry, but I am so proud with how this vlog's intro came out. You guys would have already seen it, but I'm only just finished editing it and putting it all together. I'm low-key proud of myself because I am all 100% self-taught when it comes to editing. To divulge my secret, I used Canva to create things. So like I figured out what I wanted my thumbnail to be. Then I used the background, and then when you're in Canva, you can like animate the pages I've like just discovered. I'm pretty sure that's like a, what do you call it? You got to pay for it. Then I created the little contents list, and then this, and then I just edit in iMovie because it's free. And so then I just stitched it all together, found some new music because I wanted to change it up, added some sound effects, and here we are. Hello everybody. Just exudes the vibe I want in my vlogs. I know like I personally can be a bit loud and vibrant. I mean, literally I let my 3-year-old self dress me today. But like the vibe that I want people to feel when they're watching is like calm, chill, just hanging out with a good old friend. And so I'm so proud of myself. I'm sorry, I am. I'm gonna just play with it a little bit more and then I'm gonna get into the book. Right, I've got my caramel apple. I've got the book. I'm probably going to go online and quickly jog my memory about what happened last time. But let's get into this. Titus is at work too, so like the house is so quiet right now. 100-page mark. I've got a new snack. By the way, I did eat breakfast. I'm not just... Oh, I thought they were going to go everywhere. I have eaten breakfast. I had crumpets before I ate all this. But anyway, I've got some new snacks. And I am up to the 100-page mark. This is a heist story. And what I really like, and we haven't really gone to the heist yet, is your classic quintessential unsuspecting people, bunch of people coming together. But what I really like is how Genevieve Cogman at the beginning, I'm trying to find it, sorry, that's what I'm faffing around with. She's got acknowledgements at the beginning. And what I really like is it starts off by saying, there had to be a heist at some point in the story, didn't there? And there are certain tropes that consistently incur in a heist narrative. So she's like straight up being like, yeah, it's a heist. Yeah, it's a good old heist and I'm so here for it. I got to page 200 and I took a TikTok break. This sounds so stupid, but like I switched between paper and then like digital. I was like, oh, I've been reading for a while. I'll have a break from reading and I'll go on my phone. But anyway, and this TikTok just called me out so hard. It was like, oh, not in a bad way, I suppose. It was just like when you can sit at home with your snacks. I'm onto the Oreos now, by the way. With your snacks and like just feel at peace, basically. Snacks, just you, your own home. And I'm like, yeah. It's literally day 3 of doing this and I am still so happy. Yeah, I know. Is anyone else like that? Like, I would be a bit insane if I did this for 2 whole weeks or something, you know, without anyone. But I kind of like being introverted too. But yeah, reading update. Like I said, page 200, bang on. A little over 100 pages left to go. I feel like it's giving me everything I've liked from the other book series. It's so hard talking about sequels because you don't want to give anything away. But all of our characters, they're all here. Well, our main two characters, I say all, our main two characters, we see them interacting, and that's like my favourite thing about this series is the characters. The blurb, someone blurbed it actually, N.K. Jemisin, who wrote the 5th season, that actually rings a bell. I feel like I can picture the title page, book cover, describes the characters as snarky and sexy smart, and it's just exactly what it is. But yeah, okay. Back to my snacks and my book. Oh, you can tell I was laying down. I did it. I finished it cover to cover, and I'm not going to lie, I feel like I'm entering a little bit of a not reading slump, but reading burnout a little bit. I'm definitely not going to pick up another book tonight. It's like 9 p.m, so that'd be crazy. Anyway, I've got a few dishes to do to tidy up in the kitchen, and I'm going to finish editing this vlog. That's like my plans for the rest of the night. But in terms of the book, I think I'm going to give it a solid 4.55. What do I want to do? I'm trying to avoid half stars if I can. I'm going to give it 4 stars. The fact that I couldn't like definitively give it 5 stops me from giving it 5. I'm still really loving it. 4 is still a really good star rating. I think it's just getting to that point where I'm like, read enough of them now where it's not too wow. But yeah, the high story was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and now I am one step closer to catching up on my Goodreads goal. Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired, and this vlog is getting pretty long, so I am going to end it here. If you've made it this far and you aren't already subscribed, please consider leaving a cheeky one just down below. Maybe hit the like whilst you're there. Enjoy all the places you go in your own reading adventures, and I'll see you in the next video, team. Bye bye.